As we are living the last few hours of 2022, I want to do something tonight that I always do at the end of each year, is to say thanks to everyone who has contributed to some of the good things that CSMS Magazine and its YouTube channel, The Conversation, have accomplished. I have to say that nothing could have been done, at least on the positive side, if it weren't for all of you who have commented with great words of encouragement, and all of you who have taken the time out of your precious schedule to give us a few minutes watching us in the conversation. Also, the conversation could not have been possible if it weren't for great writers as you are, who have agreed to talk about literature with me. I never thought I was that important for you to give me your time, but I know from the bottom of your heart you believe in something greater than ourselves, which is the power of words. And in the conversation, what we do, that's exactly that, talking about literature and all the different genres that characterize, creative writing. So I think tonight the best way for me to say thanks to all of you, I'm going to use a little piece of each conversation from past January to December, so we can relive once more, so that it will click and stay in our mind for years to come. But before I do so, I just have to say thank to all of you who have given me the strength to conceive my novel, which was published a few months ago, Bittersweet Memories of Last Spring. It's my third novel. I think I can congratulate myself for it too. But also, thanks to all of you and your feedback. And because of that, I have, gotten the strength necessary to complete the sequel, which I believe, or I hope, to be published, in the next couple of months. So I have to say 2022 was, in a sense, in this particular sense, was kind to me. But also, nothing more important than you writers, you readers, you viewers, who have made this literary journey so far a very interesting one. So many of you that I've spoken to, and I think I have to say it's difficult for me to find the perfect words to say thank you. And like I just said, the best way for me to recognize your contribution to this growing YouTube channel, The Conversation, is to show a little clip as a vivid reminder of the good times we spend here talking about literature. So our channel is growing, and we begin the year. We started in January with a little over 2,000 subscribers. We're finishing it with close to 4,500 subscribers, 4,500, very close to that. And I'm very pleased. So thank you again. Thank you. Let's 2023 be the year of your breakthrough, the year when your project reaches its conclusion. And I'm sure of that. And the conversation is always going to be here as your best platform to talk, to come and talk to Ardain about your project, your beautiful literary stories, your beautiful stories. So, yeah, take a look at this one.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. You have to have that support.
I work from home before the virus.
You know, the mortgage and do all that sort of stuff. And what happened was I just had to kind of give up on that. And so I started to teach acting.
That don't write books, a lot of people do know, but some of them don't realize that you have to edit, that you have to revise, and you have to get it printed, and you've got to get a publisher.
So I guess I'm going to try writing a book. And it went from there. I honestly did not expect for books to sell. I honestly am not a professional writer. I do make mistakes. I'm learning, I'm growing, but you know what? It's something.
Very big. I don't know what was that big, what was that I wanted to be. I did not know much. I did not have the clarity then.
Still very receptive to new things instead of becoming like a hardened criminal or someone who's like what you might consider like an anti-hero. He's kind of the opposite of that. And so for him,
I had nothing else. So after 6 months, I had in my hands, because I still handwrite, I'm pretty old-fashioned in this regard. I handwrite
time where I can dedicate myself to working on things. And so basically I make sure I have a schedule.
So in lockdown, because that series is about everyday things that go on in the news. What's
the level of research you have to do for historical fiction is astronomical. First of all, you're dealing with eras that the kind of person who's going to read this knows a lot.
Well, then I would be thinking in rhymes, very Dr. Seuss, and I just couldn't get them out of my head.
Interest first of all, and then it needs to be followed by passion, because you never know where that journey is going to take you. The only thing that will take you forward, I feel, is passion.
After spending time there. So that is the story. It's charm is where the impossible is possible and money is not needed.
Yes, at least in my case, writing this story, that's how I felt throughout the whole narrative, the whole process.
No leader, there is no followers. Both of them are equal. In sometimes in certain areas, one of them leads. In other areas, the
vendors and the vendors of all of the technologies that you mentioned. So we're going to have kids and adults to be able to come.
Oscar Wilde for a long time, and he wrote a short story called The Sad Story of a Vampire, and it was this exquisite.
Pour arriver à faire que ces années d'affrontement se transforment finalement pour construire la paix et la construire à travers la construction de l'Europe.
Their minds spring to sort of Jane Austen and a lot of your fainting damsels in distress, you know, going around for tea with Mr. Cucumberly, and it's so not that.
I love studying Greek, so it's not a lot, but I just love languages. I just love languages so much.